In yesterday's video, we went over some long-term price targets for Bitcoin. In today's video, I want to make this a little bit more digestible and relevant to the nearer term. Let's talk about like the next 2 to 4 weeks in terms of price action as far as what Bitcoin is potentially going to achieve from here, because the bull train, I don't think it's stopping, honestly, as we've been going over, especially on the higher term timeframes. But that was a video for yesterday. Today, again, we'll focus it more on the medium term. So without further ado, I always want to follow up on Tuesday and Monday about the Monday strategy. If you're new on this channel, well, it's very simple. You long when Monday is just beginning at 00 UTC, and then close that long at Tuesday at 10 a.m. UTC. And if you were to do that for the last 5 years, here are what your results would have been. You would have won half of your trades, and more importantly, your profit factor would be 1.375, meaning that over time does produce a nice return in your favor. Not bad. And in this case, it looks like this one, which is about to close very, very soon here, is probably going to be a winner, especially after a couple, or actually 3 losses in a row. It's good to see that yet again, as this one did open yesterday when we spoke about it at $105,350 price per Bitcoin. Fucking crazy. Anyways, let's now move into, by the way, we're using to generate all these statistics and setups right here. We're using this service, the Quant Prime service, which, by the way, we'll have a sale on next week. So, hold off on getting it for right now. Just wait a few days and you'll save yourself a few bucks. Also, we're using it for this setup right here. In fact, I posted a new one, a new setup in the Quant library for the Quant Prime members, which is similar to this, but a little bit better. But I wanted to bring this one on the daily YouTube video because it is new, and I do think that it accurately summarizes kind of what to expect over the next, again, 2 to 4 weeks of price action. Maybe we just cut that in the middle and say 3 weeks. Anyways, the setup is this. Very fucking simple setup, but whenever the 2-day time frame RSI closes above the exponential, long. When it closed below, close that long. And if you would have done that for the past 7 years, about 7 years now, or is that actually 8 years? Well, whatever. You would have had these results right here. You would have won just over 30% of your trades, but your profit factor would be, close to 3, which is not bad. Yes, I could have done a back test that brings us all the way to the, to the genesis of Bitcoin in 2010, but the results would be skewed because it's just giving you such fucking massive returns for those early trades. So that's why, I brought it here to 2017. Anyways, this strategy is simply made to just catch on to medium-term momentous moves. It's not looking to ride trends. It's not looking to scalp or nothing like that. It's looking to just get these momentous moves, get in and out, and then not stick around for the consolidation. So I think the last couple of iterations right here are actually a really good example of that. This one right here, like nice open, 76, over a little bit below 76, closing that at 92, not bad. Chop right here with very small losses during the consolidation phase. And same thing over here to the upside, same thing over here to the upside, and upside and upside and upside. So catching on to those major moves, not sticking around for the consolidations. But the reason why I bring it up right now is because when we go into the strategy tester, let me just blow it up, we can see that this, well, first I should explain, it just opened another trade on this last period at $100,000 or just below $100,000. And when we go into the performance summary, we can get data on what the average winning trade has returned, which is just over 25.5%. The average losing trade on the other side, losing an average of just under 4%. Interesting. In terms of price action, what would that look like for Bitcoin? Well, from the open, 25% up would put Bitcoin at about $130,000, $130,500 actually. To the downside, 3 or 4% to the downside puts Bitcoin back down around 99,800. Asymmetrical trade. Although technically speaking, more likely to be a loser than a winner on any one trade iteration. But what we're also interested in, of course, is how long on average this takes to play out. Again, understand that all, averages, there's going to be a lot of variance. You're going to get some that are just massive outliers in both directions, but the average amount of bars in winning trades down here is 12. 12 bars on a 2-day time frame is what? That's 24 days. The average amount of bars in losing trades is 3. Now, if it is going to be indeed a loser, we do expect it relatively soon. And actually, to put a date on it, we would expect it by Friday. By Friday for Bitcoin to let's outline a failure condition right here. Bitcoin essentially closing below $100,000. See that? Okay, it's failed. Something else going on. This trade is going to be a loser, or very, very small loser probably. But if it does play out to the upside, what does 12 bars look like? Well, 12 bars brings us into the end of the first week of January of this coming year. So that would be just over 3 weeks now. And that would be, January 7th. So January 7th, maybe somewhere around $130,000 on a pretty crazy move. Again, all these moves are crazy to me as well. Like, I get it. Things are starting to get really intense here, but still, upside continues to be the more likely direction. I'm very much looking forward to the day where I can be bearish. But before that, we do see over here a corroborating target for the weekly HPDR. The next 78.6 level high range is just below 130,000 at 127,000. So not bad there. If we go to the bi-weekly time frame, which one just opened up freshly with this new week, we do see that the next top side of the 50% of historical returns range high is just below $120,000. So we do have a nice sort of zone, of interest, I guess. And I think it also does match up with one of the targets that we spoke about on yesterday's video as well. So let's just call it somewhere between $120,000 to $130,000 price per Bitcoin, perhaps over the next 3 weeks. Again, I know that sounds fucking crazy, but until the failure condition is met, technically speaking, that is not outside of the realm of possibilities here. So yeah. Anyways, moving on from there, I did want to also reference this right here. I think just general technicals also kind of help explain this move quite well. We do see, again, volatility coming off of extreme lows after a nice contraction phase. So volatility is expanding alongside daily momentum, turning back up freshly, holding within the bullish control zone and remaining up again as long as Bitcoin's above $100,000. So $100,000 does seem to be a good pivot for right now. And higher term timeframes continue to remain upside angled. What else do we have? Yes, the last thing here, I want to do a quick shill for the meta signal service because first I want to follow up on this setup that they that fired off. I guess this was during the last week of November, when Bitcoin was trading at about $94,000. It essentially fired off this setup, and you can see that targets 1 and 2 were hit nearly immediately. Even target 3 was hit on this last move to $107,000. Now, I should say, again, I am an advisor on this project. I'm heavily biased, but I actually do think it is a pretty good do, especially for newer people. One, because it's free. You can literally get signals for free to test it out for as long as you want with the link in the description below for meta signals. You can just go to the Discord. You don't have to pay nothing. You can check it out, see if it's for you, see if it's not for you. Obviously, not all of them are going to be winners, but they do give you statistics. And the way that I really suggest someone to look at this, especially for newer traders, is using a service like this. It's when you get a setup, it's like having bumper rails when you're bowling. When you're bowling and you're rolling the ball down the thing, and if you really suck, what typically happens? It goes into the gutter. What typically happens when you trade and you suck? You lose your fucking money or you get wrecked. You lose your whole account. With this service, it gives you kind of bumper rails, guidelines as to how to manage and set up trades. And at minimum, I think it's extremely, extremely valuable to have, of course, a prospective stop loss region, meaning that you have some objective area to know, okay, this shit's not going to work out anymore. I should probably just close this trade and take the loss as it is, rather than wait for it to get worse. And of course, it does give you probabilistic targets to the upside as well. Target 1, target 2, target 3, and then probabilities alongside that. So again, if you're a newer trader, it gives you a good insight into what an actual trade strategy setup will look like. Also, their NFT right now, if you actually do buy it, doesn't just give you lifetime access to their service for setups like this. It also gives you access to their coming copy trading service, which is, I'm pretty sure it's going to be done by the end of this month. I mean, I've seen it. I think it's quite done. And what else? You also get not access, but lifetime access to the Joule, which is the underlying indicator that is driving this whole setup right here. Okay. That's enough shilling for one day. Again, it's a project that I'm personally invested in, so I'm heavily biased right there. But again, you can try it out for free. I think that's the best way to handle these sort of things. That'll do it for today. As always, I want to wish you the best of best. Tomorrow we'll come back with another live stream analysis. Another live stream analysis. And by the way, I recorded a whole 12-minute video before this as well. Didn't hit the record button though. Motherfucker. Bastard. Happens to the best of us and also the worst of us as well. Anyways, that's one things. As always, wish you the best. Take care. Much love and see you hopefully soon.